Indonesia is a country in Southeast Asia situated between the Indian and the Pacific Ocean. The country shares land borders with Papua New Guinea, East Timor, and the eastern part of Malaysia. With a total area of 1.9 million square kilometers, Indonesia is the world's 14th largest country and also the largest island country worldwide. There are more than 17,000 islands located in Indonesia. 267 million people are living in Indonesia, which makes it one of the world's most populated country. The largest cities are East Jakarta, Surabaya, Medan, Bekasi, Bandung, West and South Jakarta. All these cities have more than 2 million inhabitants. Jakarta is Indonesia's capital city. With a population of over 10 million, Jakarta is the largest city in Southeast Asia. Including Jakarta's metropolitan area, the city is home to around 34 million people, which makes it the world's second largest conurbation after Tokyo. Jakarta is the political, economic and cultural center of Indonesia. However, Jakarta is referred as the fastest sinking city and therefore is severely threatened by a rising sea level. It is estimated that by 2050, 95% of North Jakarta will be submerged. That's why the government plans to relocate the capital city to East Kalimantan, southeast to Balikpapan. The new location has been chosen partly due to its geographical location. It is safe from natural disasters such as earthquakes and tsunamis, and its centralized location cuts travel time significantly for most Indonesians. But this is not the only reason why Indonesia plans to move its capital city. Some more factors are severe air pollution and traffic that exists in Jakarta. The Indonesian population is very diverse. Even though Indonesian is Indonesia's only official language, there are over 700 different regional languages present in this country. There are over 300 distinct native ethnic groups, which underlines how rich in culture Indonesia is. About 86% of the Indonesian population is Muslim, 10% are Christians and 2% are Hindi. In Indonesia, people pay in Indonesian rupiah. €1 is equivalent to almost 16,000 Indonesian rupiahs, $1 to 14,000 Indonesian rupiahs. The economy of Indonesia is the largest in Southeast Asia and is one of the largest emerging market economies of the world. It is the 16th largest economy in the world by nominal GDP and the 7th largest in terms of purchasing power parity. In 2012, Indonesia replaced India as the second fastest growing G20 economy, behind China. Since then, the annual growth rate has slowed and has fluctuated around 5%. Indonesia's main economic industries are the palm oil industry as well as the coal, petroleum, natural gas, textiles, automotive, tourist and electrical appliances industry. As you see, Indonesia profits from its natural resources, especially in coal, petroleum and natural gas. Indonesia is one of the strongest and most powerful geopolitical players in Southeast Asia. It is part of the ASEAN Free Trade Area that supports free trade between countries in Southeast Asia. Later in this video there will be an interview with Khalid, who runs a YouTube channel called Khalid Hassan. He moved from Bangladesh to Indonesia in the year of 2018. Khalid will talk about his journey as well as provide useful tips to people who may consider moving to Indonesia. If you have an idea which country I should cover next, please let me know down in the comments. This video is part of a video series that covers informative facts and the migration procedure of Switzerland, Germany, the USA, Russia, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, France, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Indonesia, India, Israel, Thailand, South Africa, Turkey, Japan, Singapore, the Netherlands, Austria, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Denmark, Belgium, China, Brazil and Ireland. I've created a dedicated video for every country mentioned. The playlist is linked in the video description as well as in the comments. Maybe I've already added some more countries including your home country, so please make sure to check out the playlist. But let's return to Indonesia. What are the main advantages of moving to Indonesia and what needs to be considered? As of the 2015 UN report, Indonesia ranks 88th among the countries with the largest foreign-born population, ahead of Cameroon and right after Egypt. Almost 300,000 people living in Indonesia were not born here but moved to this country during their lifetime. The biggest foreign population consists of Chinese, but there also is an Indian, Malaysian and even a Dutch population present in Indonesia. In terms of percentage of foreign-born population to total population, Indonesia ranks 227th with 0.1%, meaning that almost all people that live in Indonesia were also born there. Only Vietnam, Madagascar, Cuba and Lesotho have a smaller foreign-born population in relation to the country's total population. What are the advantages of moving to Indonesia? The nightlife in Indonesian cities is vibrant and there is a vivid music scene with bands playing almost every night of the week. So it's not difficult to have a good time if one knows where to look for it. In Jakarta, the cultural side of life is very rich with regular art shows, music and film festivals. Despite alcohol being very expensive, it's not prohibited and there are many popular bars and clubs to choose from. There are plenty of excellent places to eat and drink or relax with a coffee. Indonesian food is excellent and varied enough to charter everyone's dietary needs. There are American fast food chains present in most cities. Most minor medical emergencies can be handled from within Indonesia. However, for any serious emergencies, Singapore, which has world-class medical facilities, is just a 2-hour flight away. Good private dentists are available and the dental costs are usually cheaper than one would expect to pay in the West. Also, the climate may be an upside of moving to Indonesia. The main variable of Indonesia's climate is not temperature or air pressure, but rainfall. Split by the equator, Indonesia has an almost entirely tropical climate, with the coastal plains averaging 28 degrees Celsius, the inland and mountain areas averaging 26 degrees Celsius, and the higher mountain regions 23 degrees Celsius. The area's relative humidity is quite high and ranges between 70 and 90%. Moreover, the Indonesians are known to be very polite, friendly and hospitable. In Indonesia, the cost of living is not too high. On average, the Indonesians earn 3,250 euros or $3,670 annually. This makes Indonesia rank 59th worldwide, with a median wealth of 1,770 euros or about $2,000. Indonesia ranks 124th among all countries worldwide in terms of median wealth per person. As already mentioned, the cost of living in Indonesia is quite low. If you live off 2,000 euros per month in Tokyo, you'll need about 1,000 euros per month to enjoy the same standard of living in Jakarta. This means that the cost of living in Jakarta is an eye-popping 50% lower than the cost of living in Tokyo. However, the cost of living in Jakarta is 82% higher than what it is in Delhi, India. A quite luxurious one-bedroom apartment in Jakarta costs about 550 euros or $600 per month. As of the International PISA Education Comparison of 2015, Indonesia ranks 63rd of 71 participating countries. If you plan to move to Indonesia with your children, you probably have to consider to schedule some extra classes for them. But besides all these advantages, there also are some drawbacks when it comes to moving to Indonesia. Imported products are expensive, traffic congestion is significant, and many people are described as being conservative. Let's continue with interviewing Khalid. Khalid, when did you move to Indonesia and which city did you move to?
I moved to Indonesia in 2018. At first, I stayed in Semarang for 1 year. Then I moved to Purwokerto. Since then, I am staying in Purwokerto.
Why Indonesia and not another country in Southeast Asia?
Indonesia is very beautiful country in Southeast Asia, and living cost is also cheap compared to many other countries. And it's a Muslim country. I prefer to live in Muslim country.
What do you enjoy the most about your life in Indonesia?
I like how Indonesian people help me when I get into any difficult situation, and I also like the weather here.
What do you miss the most about Bangladesh?
I mostly miss Bangladeshi food.
What are the Indonesians like?
Indonesian, they're very friendly and helpful. Suppose you want to go to market or shopping mall or maybe for something else, if you just tell them, they're very happy to drive you by their motorcycle and even accompany you. Or if you just want to borrow their motorcycle to go somewhere, they will also give you the motorcycle.
What tips would you give people who want to move to Indonesia?
Most people in Indonesia, they cannot speak English properly. So if you are planning to move or visit Indonesia, I would advise you to learn a little bit Indonesian before you are coming here. It's a very easy language.
If you could decide again, would you still move to Indonesia?
Yes, definitely I would still move to Indonesia.
Thanks Khalid for taking time to join this interview. Please make sure to check out his channel linked in the description below for more informative videos about his life in Indonesia. What needs to be done in order to move to Indonesia? Indonesia has an extremely liberal visa policy. People from almost all countries worldwide may travel to Indonesia visa-free for a maximum of 30 days. Additionally, it is possible to renew the visa for another 80 days once in Indonesia. The visa fee is $35. People who have Indonesian relatives are likely to be permitted to apply for the Indonesian citizenship. Check out the link in the description for more information regarding that. If you have no Indonesian relatives, you may apply for the citizenship if you fulfill the following requirements. You must be 18 years old or older or being married, have lived in Indonesia for a minimum of 5 consecutive years or 10 non-consecutive years, be physically and mentally healthy, can speak the Indonesian language and acknowledge the 1945 Constitution of Indonesia, have never convicted a crime for which the punishment is imprisonment for 1 year or more, if Indonesian citizenship will not give a person dual citizenship, be employed or have fixed income, and pay the citizenship fee. I hope that I could provide useful information about the Indonesian country and the process of migrating to it. Please let me know which country I should cover next. And don't forget now to check the playlist where you will find more videos targeting other countries around the globe. Thanks for watching.